welcome to Story Time. I'm Miss Kellie from the Middleburg Library. I'm so happy you could join us today for stories, rhymes, and fun because the more we read together, the more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books and small books and short books and tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. During story time this summer, we're learning all about animals. And this week, we'll be talking about animals at the zoo. The zoo is a place where me and you can see animals from all over the world. Would you like to learn how to say zoo in sign language? All right, here we go. The first thing we need to do is put our fingers up like this, like you're pointing out. And then we're gonna go zig, zag, zig. That kind of looks like a Z, don't you think? From here, we would go make an O with our hands and then punch out twice. Let's try it all together. Zoo. Ready? Zig, zag, zig, punch, punch. That's spelled zoo. Zig, zag, zig, punch, punch. Zoo. Great job! Now let's put our talking hands up. Put our talking hands down. Let's turn around and let's sit down because it's time for a story. Do you know what animal this is? That's right, it's a hippo. And it's one of my favorite animals at the zoo. The story I'm going to read today is all about a hippo. Her name is Hilda. And the story is called Hilda Must Be Dancing by Karma Wilson. Turn around. Hilda Hippo loved to dance, and so each day she practiced hard. She'd twist and turn and twirl, dressed in her favorite leotard. She'd spin a pretty pirouette, then leap and land on tippy-toe. She tangoed oh so gracefully, and square danced with a do-si-do. And while she danced in utter bliss, it sounded quite a lot like this. Ker-bump, crash, crash, smash, thumpity-bump, boom, bang, bash. The jungle floor would shake and quake, a tidal wave would fill the lake. Her friends would shout, "For goodness sake, Hilda must be dancing." They all hoped Hilda's hobby was a stage that soon would pass. But after one loud shaky year, they knew this phase would last, and last, and last. While Hilda danced flamenco in her favorite pair of heels, bananas fell in gooey heaps, shaken from their peels. Swish, swish, clap, clap, jump, jump, jump. Hilda must be dancing, cried the monkeys from the trees. Perhaps if she'd take up knitting if we asked her, pretty please. Those monkeys do not look happy. Hilda tried to sit and knit. She did not like it, not one bit. The yarn got tangled, so she quit. I think I'll stick to dancing. She rumba'd and she samba'd in her favorite flowered skirt. She skipped across the crowded plains and kicked up clouds of dirt. Hippa, hippa, bounced, boom, boom, boom. Hilda must be dancing, said the rhinos in distress. If only she'd take up singing, then she wouldn't make a mess. Hilda tried to hum and croon, but found she couldn't hold a tune. She tired of it very soon. I think I'll stick to dancing. At the water hole, she boogied in her favorite disco pants. She muttered up the river and trampled down the plants. Shake a boom, 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 bump, bump, bump. Those are pretty great pants, don't you think? Hilda must be dancing, wailed the water buffalo. If only she'd take up swimming, we might get some peace, you know? And so, Hilda wallowed by the shore. She'd never felt so grand before. Now here's a hobby I adore. Water ballet dancing. In her favorite two-piece suit, she whirled and twirled with flair. Best of all, the ground stayed still. She floated light as air. And while she swam and danced in bliss, it sounded quite a lot like this. Kerplop, kerplop, plink, dunk, swish. Glubbity glub, splish, splash, doosh. A big crowd gathered at the shore. They cheered and clapped and called for more. Her friends cried out, "Hooray! Encore! Hilda, keep on dancing." And so she did. Wasn't that fun? So many cool animals were in this book. Do you know what this is? That's right, it's an elephant. How about these guys? It's monkeys, correct. What about him? You got it, it's a lion. You know what I think we should do? I think we should all stand up, and I think we should sing a song about all those cool animals. Goes something like this. If you're an elephant and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're an elephant and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're an elephant and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're an elephant and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're a monkey and you know it, scratch your head. If you're a monkey and you know it, scratch your head. If you're a monkey and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're a monkey and you know it, scratch your head. If you're a lion and you know it, give a roar. Roar! If you're a lion and you know it, give a roar. Roar! If you're a lion and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're a lion and you know it, give a roar. Roar! If you love animals and you know it, do all three. Stomp, stomp, scratch, scratch, and roar! If you're an animal, if you love animals and you know it, do all three. Stomp, stomp, scratch, scratch, and roar! If you love animals and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you love animals and you know it, do all three. Stomp, stomp, scratch, scratch, roar! You guys, thanks for doing that with me. That was super, super fun, right? Let's all have a seat because I am tired and we have one more story to hear. Now, this story has a lot of different animals in it. And we're going to hear all the different sounds that they make. It's called Polar Bear, What Do You Hear? And it is by Bill Martin. Polar Bear, what do you hear? I hear a lion roaring in my ear. Can you roar like a lion? Roar! Right? Yeah, that's it. Lion, what do you hear? I hear a hippopotamus. Remember her? I hear a hippopotamus snorting in my ear. Just like that. Hippo, what do you hear? I hear a flamingo squawking in my ear. Can we squawk like flamingos? Squawk! Right? All right. Flamingo, what do you hear? I hear a zebra braying in my ear. Oh. Zebra, what do you hear? I hear a boa constrictor hissing in my ear. Sss. Boa, boa, what do you hear? I hear an elephant trumpeting in my ear. Elephant, elephant, what do you hear? I hear a cheetah snarling in my ear. Cheetah, cheetah, what do you hear? I hear a peacock yelping in my ear. Peacock, peacock, what do you hear? I hear a walrus bellowing in my ear. Zookeeper, zookeeper, what do you hear? I hear children growling like a bear, roaring like a lion. Roar! What did she do again? That's right, she snorted. Snorting like a hippo. Squawking like a flamingo. Braying like a zebra. Hissing like a boa. Trumpeting like an elephant. Snarling like a cheetah. Squawking like a peacock. Bellowing like a walrus. That's what I hear. Wasn't that fun? Great job, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me for story time today. I hope you had as much fun as I did learning about all these super cool animals. Be sure to visit me at the Middleburg Library this summer to check out books about your favorite animals. For now, let's all stand up and let's start marching for our goodbye song. Hi ho, it's time for us to go. So clap your hands, stomp your feet, say bye-bye, bye-bye-bye. We'll see you all next week. Bye, friends.